Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to
Use
part
vigilantes you have
7
freed
of
to
Assassin's
dodge your
Creed,
pursuers and break their line
and
of
we're going to
sight.
be back in Damas, and we're hunting down Abul Nukud. Start off right in the
Altair, my friend.
Assassin's Bureau.
Welcome. Whose life do you come to collect today?
His name is Abul Nakud. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, the merchant king of Damas. Richest man in the city. Quite exciting, quite dangerous. I envy you, Altair. Well, not the bit where you were beaten and stripped of your rank, but I envy everything else. Oh, except for the terrible things the other assassins say about you. But yes, aside from the failure and the hatred, yes, aside from those things, I envy you very much.
I do not care what the others think or say. I'm here to do a job. So I ask again, what can you tell me about the Merchant King?
Only that he must be a very bad man if Al-Mualim has sent you to see him. He keeps to his own kind, wrapped in the finery of the city's noble district. A busy man, always up to something. I'm sure if you spend some time amongst his type, you'll learn all you need to know about him.
And where would you have me begin my search?
If I were you, I'd start with the Umayyad Mosque and Souk Saruja, both of which are west of here. Further to the northwest is Salahaddin Citadel. It's a popular meeting spot and has proved a reliable source of loose tongues in the past. Yes, these three places should serve your needs.
My thanks for your guidance, Rafiq. I'll return when I've gathered the necessary information.
Abul Nukud is actually voiced by, I'm going to totally butcher this dude's last name, but I know him from other stuff, but it's Fred Tatasciore, I think is, I don't know how you say it. But anyways, he voices Abul, he voices Jubair al-Hakim in this game, Mario Auditore in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and Nicholas Biddle in Assassin's Creed 3. You might also know him from Mass Effect. He was Saren. I think he was Deadpool in the Cable, or not Deadpool. I think he was Cable in the Deadpool game, if I remember correctly. Another voice that he's done that he's fairly well known for is Damon Baird from the Gears of War series.
Good. Make sure he also knows it wasn't easy arranging a shipment like this.
It's only wine. Some can be fickle in their faith.
Your holy book says something on the subject, I believe. Leave them that they may eat and enjoy themselves, and that hope may beguile them, for they will soon know. And never did we destroy a town that had a term made known.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind it. Be about your business.
As you wish.
And this was, in a previous video I'd mentioned one of their Raffiqs being kind of ball-busty towards Altair, and this was the one that I was thinking, not this guy in this section of the video, but the Raffiq he spoke to at the beginning of the video.
And they care little for the illness that it causes. Several children have already died as a result. We should not allow this injustice to continue. Would you be willing to put a stop to this?
Why did you do that?
This, I think this was exclusive to the PC games, because I don't remember destroying merchant stands when I played this game on the PlayStation. This turned out to be quite messy because I was trying to grab one of these dudes and they didn't want to cooperate. And on top of that, I didn't want to kill them all. Oh. Oh, you kicked him in the nuts. I was really sure this is where I was going to fail it, because I was like, I'm not going to escape these guys. But kind of worked out.
Thank you. You've saved untold lives. In return for your kindness, I'll give you a bit of information you might find useful. I overheard two of the Merchant King's servants this morning. It seems they've left some scaffolding just outside his personal quarters. You could use it to reach him that much quicker.
In this game, Nakud was actually probably the most interesting assassination target because of
How sad.
just
I'm
the
sure you'll find
implications there about him.
I've heard a feather is lying on top of Abul
He
Nukud's
was,
head.
plus he was quite
Maybe I
different
could help
in
you,
appearance from the other men.
But
He
I
had,
have a mission myself.
he was
I have 4 targets
big
I must
dude.
eliminate before noon.
He wore
Let's cooperate,
pretty
just like old
elaborate,
times. 2 for you, 2 for me. They are Abul
flashy
Nukud's
clothing, like,
personal
you know, he had
guards.
the
You will
velvet
spot
robes,
them in minutes.
these yellow patterns and the leopard print fur and stuff, and just kind of like let it all hang out there. And he had like the stereotypical pointy tip shoes and the turban and stuff with the brooch and the feather. But then like he had like these acne scars and stuff. Like out of all the characters he was that you have to assassinate, he was probably, like I said, the most interesting out of the 9. And you know, he was pretty bitter because, you know, he was ridiculed and talked about by the people of Damas based on his appearance, and there's a strong hint that he may have been homosexual in the game, at least. I'm not real familiar with him as a historical figure, but just because of like the way his mannerisms were, and you know how flashy his clothing was, and you know, as you'll see in the discussion with him after the assassination, he says, you know, your God calls me an abomination, and he kind of gets a little touchy with one of the guards. So it doesn't quite beat you in the face, but
Wasn't that great?
it's pretty
Just
much
like in
implied.
LA. You remember?
But
Here's something I found on one of the Merchant
which was
King's
kind of,
men.
you know, I mean,
I
back
think it's a
in
map
these
of
times,
where
you know,
he
that
has
was something that
stationed
was
his guards.
like very
I'm
taboo.
sure it will come in handy in your mission. Anytime you're in Damas, come see me.
Plus the
You know my
assassination
door is
itself, like
always
the whole
open to you.
setup was
Safety and peace,
interesting,
my
and I kind of botch it a little bit, as you'll see when I get to it. But you know, you had this party
Peace
going
be upon
on,
you, Altair.
and
How may
then
I serve you?
I've done as asked and learned all I need to know
you know,
about my
he
prey.
poisons the guests,
Then you
and
must
then you
share
gotta
your knowledge with me.
climb up there and
Corrupt to the core and
try to get
despised
to
by
him,
his
and
own citizens as a result.
for a fat guy, he
Appears
runs
he's been
pretty
stealing
fast.
money meant for the people of Damas and spending it on himself. Even as we speak, he flaunts his greed, preparing for a lavish party. His guards and servants should have their hands full dealing with the guests. They won't even know I'm there.
Most impressive, my friend. The others said you'd make a mess of things, but not I. No, I was sure you'd come through, and come through you have. The Bureau is yours to do with as you please until you're ready to begin.
Not sure that's incense in there that's burning, because he's awfully happy and chipper and
Fast forward in memory
Goofy.
to a more recent one.
But out of all like I said, out of all the assassinations, you know, this one I think has, out of all of them, the most interesting setup, most interesting target, and the scenario itself is just kind of cool. Like the way you gotta navigate it. It's not like your typical run in and try to avoid a bunch of guards and stab somebody in the neck. You got all this chaos and everything going on around you. A little bit of scenery of the city here. Stabby, stabby. Now, there's a couple different ways you can get in there, and I was gauging what my best bet was, and what would be the path of least resistance to try to infiltrate the compound. And this was actually, I remembered earlier when I was hitting all the viewpoints, this was how I got in earlier, so. I couldn't remember if I could just waltz right in or not, but that's exactly what I did. So here we go.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Please eat, drink, enjoy all the pleasures I have to offer.
Doesn't sound like Damon
Take
Bear,
your
does he?
time, I will wait. I trust everything is to your satisfaction. Good, good. It pleases me to see you all so happy. For these are dark days, my friends, and we must enjoy this bounty while we still can. War threatens to consume us all. Salah ad-Din bravely fights for what he believes in, and you are always there to support him without question. It is your generosity that allows his campaign to continue. So, I propose a toast then. To you, my dear friends, who have brought us to where we are today. May you be given everything you deserve for it. Such kindness! I didn't think it in you. You, who have been so quick to judge me, and so cruel. Oh, do not feign ignorance. You take me for a fool. That I have not heard the words you whisper behind my back. Well, I have, and I fear I can never forget. But this is not why I called you here tonight. No. I wish to speak more of this war, and your part in it. You give up your coin quick as can be, knowing all too well it buys the deaths of thousands. You don't even know why we fight. The sanctity of the Holy Land, you'll say, or the evil inclination of our enemies. But these are lies you tell yourselves. No. All this suffering is born of fear and hate. It bothers you that they are different. Just as it bothers you that I am different. Compassion, mercy, tolerance. These words mean nothing to any of you. Mean nothing to those infidel invaders who ravage our land in search of gold and glory. And so I say, enough! I've pledged myself to another cause. One that will bring about a new world in which all people might live side by side in peace. A pity none of you will live to see. Kill anyone who tries to escape.
And earlier when I was in here doing the viewpoint, I climbed up here and I kind of planned how I was going to get to him, and then I completely fucked it up because that was not closed when I was here the first time. So I thought, well, I'll just jump across, and then I ran into the pole. Then I ran into the wall. But the gate opened, so I figured, fuck it. And then I fell off. I thought about restarting this assassination, but it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to turn out, so I just went with the first attempt at it. See, look at that. I don't know a lot of fat guys that can run that fast.
Be at peace now. Their words can no longer do harm.
Why have you done this?
You stole money from those you claim to lead, sent it away for some unknown purpose. I want to know where it's gone and why.
Look at me. My very nature is an affront to the people I ruled. And these noble robes did little more than to muffle their shouts of hate.
So this is about vengeance, then?
No, not vengeance.
Punishment.
My conscience. How could I finance a war in service to the same god that calls me an abomination?
If you do not serve Salah ad-Din's cause, then whose?
In time, you'll come to know them. I think perhaps you already do.
Then why hide? And why these dark deeds?
Is it so different from your own work? You take the lives of men and women, strong in the conviction that their deaths will improve the lots of those left behind. A minor evil for a greater good? We are the same.
No, we are nothing alike.
Ah, but I see it in your eyes. You doubt. You cannot stop us. We will have our new world.
And it's a pretty straightforward escape back to the bureau. This is probably one of the easiest escapes out of them. Well, you don't really have to escape after you kill Robert, but outside of probably the first one, which I don't know, that doesn't really count since it's your first assassination, but I didn't really have too much of an issue with this one. Now, there was one that when you initially attempt to assassinate Robert and it's Maria, that, oh man, I struggled with that escape. But I try to prolong my hiding until I'm almost at the bureau. That way I'm less likely to run into anybody and have to do it again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The flat buildings too really makes the free running quite a bit easier in this game, as opposed to later games where you got like the slanted roofs. It's not really that it's hard, but you can come up onto an edge and run right off of it pretty easily. But we're back.
Word has reached me of your success, Altair.
Abu Nakud's reign of terror is at an end.
I'm glad to hear it.
He killed them. The men and women at his party. It was poison. A coward's tool. Blamed them for the war. said he wished to end it.
Strange, but then again, the Merchant King was known to be a bit different. Perhaps this was simply a symptom of his madness.
Perhaps.
You sound unconvinced. Speak with Al-Mualim then. He may offer a better explanation.
Yes, we'll see what he has to say.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
And that is the assassination of Abul Nakud. So we'll fast forward the Messiah, talk to Al-Mualim, and then we'll have a little bit of present day stuff before we hit the end of this one.
Come, Altair. I would have news of your progress.
I've done as you've asked.
Good, good. I sense your thoughts are elsewhere. Speak your mind.
Each man I'm sent to kill speaks cryptic words to me. Each time I come to you and ask for answers. Each time you give only riddles in exchange, but no more.
Who are you to say no more?
I'm the one who does the killing. If you want it to continue, you'll speak straight with me for once.
Tread carefully, boy. I do not like your tone.
And I do not like your deception.
I have offered you a chance to restore your lost honor.
Not lost. Taken. By you. And then you've sent me to fetch it again like some damn dog.
It seems I'll need to find another. A shame. You showed great potential.
I think if you had another, you'd have sent him long ago. You said the answer to my question would arise when I no longer needed to ask it. So I will not ask. I demand you tell me what binds these men.
What you say is true. These men are connected by a blood oath not unlike our own.
Who are they?
Non nobis, domine non nobis.
Templars.
Now you see the true reach of Robert de Sade.
All of these men, leaders of cities, commanders of armies.
All pledge allegiance to his cause.
Their works are not meant to be viewed on their own, are they? But as a whole, what do they desire?
Conquest. They seek the Holy Land not in the name of God, but for themselves.
What of Richard? Salahuddin?
Any who oppose the Templars will be destroyed. Be assured they have the means to accomplish it.
Then they must be stopped.
That is why we do our work, Altair. To ensure a future free of such things.
Why did you hide the truth from me?
That you might pierce the veil yourself. Like any task, knowledge precedes action. Information learned is more valuable than information given. Besides, your recent behavior had not inspired much confidence.
I see.
Altair, your mission has not changed. Merely the context within which you perceive it.
And armed with this knowledge, I might better understand those Templars that remain.
Is there anything else you want to know?
What about the treasure Malik retrieved from Solomon's temple? Robert seemed desperate to have it back.
In time, Altair, all will become clear. Just as the role of the Templars has revealed itself to you, so too will the nature of their treasure. For now, take comfort in the fact that it is not in their hands, but ours.
If this is your desire.
It is. You are restored another rank. Take back your weapon. Use it to bring honor to the Brotherhood. Altair, before you go,
Yes?
how did you know I wouldn't kill you?
Truth be told, Master, I didn't. I took a leap of faith.
Actually, I don't think we have any future segments in this one. That's the next one, my bad. So we're gonna end this video here, and then we'll pick up with one more assassination in the next one, and then there will be some present day segments. So until then, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright, have a good one, guys.